Estimation of numbers. A rough estimate or approximate estimate or rounding off numbers. For example, the number of guests attending a marriage function. Rounding off could be to the nearest tens, hundreds, or thousands. First, let us look at rounding off to the nearest tens. To round off a number to the nearest tens, look at the digit in the ones place. If the value of digit in ones place is 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4, then replace the ones digit by 0. If the digit in ones place is 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, replace the ones digit by 0 and add 1 to the tens digit. For example, the number 284, if it has to be rounded to the nearest tens, look at the digit in ones place, and this is 4. So replace the ones digit by 0. Therefore 284 becomes 280. If I have a number 285, the digit in ones place is 5. So replace the ones digit by 0 and add 1 to 8, which is the face value of the tens place. Therefore 285 rounded off to the nearest tens becomes 290. Now let's look at rounding off to the nearest hundreds. To round off a number to the nearest hundreds, we look at the digit in the tens place. If the digit in tens place is 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4, we replace the ones digit and the tens digit by 0. If the value of digit in the tens place is 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, we replace the ones digit by 0, the tens digit by 0 and we add 1 to the hundreds digit. For example, 739, the digit in tens place is 3. So we replace the ones digit and the tens digit by 0. Therefore 739 becomes 700. We take the number 751. The digit in tens place is 5. So replace ones and tens digit by 0 and add 1 to 7, which is the face value of the hundreds place. Therefore 751 becomes 800. Now let's look at rounding off to the nearest thousands. The concept is similar. We look at the digit in the hundreds place. The value of digit in hundreds place is 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4. We replace ones, tens and the hundreds digit by 0. If the value of digit in hundreds place is 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, we replace the ones, tens and hundreds digit by 0 and then we add 1 to the thousands digit. The example given below is self-explanatory. Here are some additional information about estimation of numbers. For example, the rounded off number is 280 and it is rounded off to the nearest tens. Then the numbers that get rounded off to 280 are 275, 276, 277 all the way up to 284. So these are the numbers that get rounded off to 280 if it is rounded off to the nearest tens. So here the largest number that is rounded off to the nearest tens is 284 and the smallest number that is rounded off to the nearest tens is 275. Go through the other examples given in this slide. to understand rounding off to hundreds and thousands. Estimating the sum of numbers. Now there are two types here. Estimating sum of numbers by estimating the numbers to their nearest tens, hundreds or thousands. In this case, first we round off the given numbers to their nearest tens, hundreds or thousands, and then we add the rounded off numbers. And the second type is estimating sum of numbers to their nearest tens, hundreds or thousands. In this case, first add the given numbers and then round off the result to their nearest tens, hundreds or thousands. Let us understand this with an example. Estimating sum of 30,417 and 22,856 by estimating the numbers to their nearest hundreds. Round off 30,417 to the nearest hundreds, we get 30,400. Similarly, round off 22,856 to the nearest hundreds, we get 22,900. Now adding 30,400 and 22,900, we get 53,300. A similar thing can be done for rounding off to the nearest thousands. The second type here is estimating the sum of 30,417 and 22,856 to their nearest hundreds. In this case, we add the given numbers first. So we add 30,417 and 22,856. We get 53,273. Now this result 53,273 is rounded off to the nearest hundreds and we will get 53,300. A comparison of the two types of estimation is given here in this table. In the following slides, similar concepts have been explained for estimating difference of numbers for the two types of estimations. The concept is very similar to estimating for sum of numbers. So in the first type, we round off the given numbers first and then we do subtraction. In the second type, we first subtract the given numbers and then we round off the result to the required tens, hundreds or thousands. This table shows the comparison for estimating the numbers in the two different types. Estimating product of numbers. Usually the estimation for product of numbers is done by rounding off each of the factors to their nearest tens, hundreds or thousands. So we first round off the given numbers and then we multiply the rounded numbers. For example, the product of 47 and 304, we round off 47 to the nearest tens, so here it is 50, We round off 304 to the nearest 10, so it is 300, and we now multiply 50 and 300 to get 15,000. How about estimating quotient of numbers? Here we estimate the quotient of numbers by rounding off both the numerator and the denominator to their nearest tens, hundreds or thousands. After rounding off the numbers, then we do the division. For example, the quotient of 3840 by 113 rounded to the nearest hundreds. So we first round off 3840 to the nearest hundreds, which is 3800. Then we round off 113 to the nearest hundreds. In this case, it becomes 100. And then we divide 3800 by 100 and we get 38. I hope this presentation gives clarity on estimation of numbers. Thank you.